Hi Leo, thank you for joining me. We're going to take a look at the incoming energies for the remainder of April 25. So it's a general read, it won't resonate for everyone, so please take the bits that fit and leave the rest, and cross-watchers bear in mind that roles can be reversed. I'm going to start with a Work Your Light Oracle. Please do excuse me, I have hay fever. My eyes are a bit watery and my nose a bit sniffly, but I will try and keep that to a minimum. Doesn't help that my kitchen's freezing cold. You have Inner Temple, Devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. Let your emotions guide you at this time. I would say it's safe to do so. Oh, I just got a shiver through me. Leo then, what's going on for the sign of Leo? Page of Cups. On the floor. Who is on the floor? Oh dear. Eight of Cups. Somebody we're maybe done with, or a situation has been thrown. On the floor you go. I'm done. Seven of Cups. Nine of Wands. I've got Ace of Cups as the overall energy for the reading. This feels a little bit strange because I did sense, potentially a new connection, a new love, an offer, I'm going to say a proposal of some kind. I don't mean marriage, maybe just something. This is a bit odd. It's a bit confusing, and actually what I feel like is I'm getting a little bit of insecurity, where you might be questioning something or questioning someone's intentions, not really trusting kind of what's on the surface is what's true, which feels a little bit strange. It doesn't make much sense to me at the moment. Let's go in and take a look. And I'm feeling if you reach a point in the month where you feel quite confused about something or somebody, again, trust your heart. Go with your heart. Try not to overthink things, I think, is what I'm saying. Like a Page of Cups here, the Magician. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you're getting something that you've asked for. You've been given something that you've asked for. And this could be in any area of your life. That Magician, he is a master manifester. Are you manifesting something? Are you expecting something that's not being delivered? And that's where the difficulty comes in. Let me keep moving through. Because I feel like this is showing me that you're very resourceful. If you want something in life, you probably go after it yourself. Why do I feel like you may be waiting for something from somebody else and it's maybe it's not come yet, or I just feel like maybe there's a situation where you expected a little bit more. Weird. Let's look at the Eight of Cups. Seven of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Oh yes, there's a definite disconnect from somebody. This person, I don't know if they're manipulative or they've told a lie, but whatever has happened here, that is enough for you to just turn your back on them and walk away. So if this has not yet come, please do look out for that. But I feel like somebody's deceit is definitely going to be uncovered. I am getting a financial link. So maybe not, maybe somebody's borrowed money from you and not paying it back and telling lies about that. It feels something along those lines. It doesn't feel like romantic or anything terribly sinister as such. Because what I feel from that, when somebody owes you, I don't know, £100 and they're not paying it back when they said they would, or you're getting it back in dribs and drabs, or they're ghosting you maybe because you've asked for your money back. You know, when somebody says, well, do you know what? That person maybe always took advantage, they were always borrowing money, and now I see it, it's cost me £100 to stop them from doing that. It won't happen again. You know, it's that kind of scenario. So not something that I feel is going to have a huge impact on your life or you emotionally, but it's going to be a minor inconvenience and maybe frustration. What is going on, Leo? Let's look at the Seven of Cups. The Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles. Why does this feel like such a mix of emotions? You might find that April's quite busy and quite indulgent. And I don't necessarily think in a bad way. I feel like, so the Seven of Cups, you know, we can have mixed feelings about something, we can be confused, not quite settled, you know, do I want this, do I want that, do I want the other? But actually what I'm taking from this is the indulgence. And although it normally carries quite a negative energy, I'm not picking that up. Look with the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles here. It can also represent options, you know. Perhaps when it comes to work, new doors are going to open, you know, new opportunities. If not, this is maybe representing a very strong male in your life. Maybe their career or their work's headed in a different direction, but it feels like an upgrade. Maybe this is somebody who is used to having the finer things in life. But I still feel that that's going to cause you, I don't want to say some discomfort. It might just be that there's just going to be a couple of things throughout the month where you're like, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Let me look at the Nine of Wands. This is our wounded warrior. Eight of Swords. Yeah, some difficult energies to navigate this month. Eight of Swords and Three of Cups. I'm wondering when we spoke earlier about cutting somebody off, if this is a friendship. I'm feeling quite frustrated with someone, as in, you know, I'm just tired of this charade. I don't know how to deal with you anymore. I don't know what to say. And it might be that somebody's reaching out to you for help or leans on you a lot, but it feels a bit like I just don't know what to do for you. I don't know what to do. And the frustration's coming in from me, because you know when maybe people repeatedly complain about the same thing, and it's like, but what are you going to do about it? You're not making any changes. And we can offer sympathy and a listening ear and be understanding to a certain point, but I sometimes think if it's the same person with the same story and it's like, woe is me, I've just thought, just stop, do something about it. It's a very, very strange month for you. Ace of Cups then, to finish us off. So this is new love or new beginning in love. It's a sense of emotional fulfillment, really. So I do feel that despite there's quite a lot going on, that you're probably in a really good place at the minute, that you're able to deal with this okay. You know, like I say, none of this is going to be long lasting. None of this is going to, you know, change the course of your future. It's just a bit weird. That's what I'm going to say. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. A bit disappointing, I think, actually. Six of Swords, Six of Cups, wow. Five of Swords, there we are again, that little bit of something on the back. You are really, really confusing me with this one. It might be one of them where, yeah, just an up and down month, I think. You know, some days you're going to be really positive. I've, you know, got this, everything's fine, emotionally I feel good. But I feel like it's one of them where just a little thing can actually rock you. Not enough again to make you spiral out of control. And And I don't know if for you there's going to be a lot more going on under the surface than what you're going to share with people, because I'm just feeling like there's a discrepancy somewhere. What I'm being shown and what I'm feeling is not quite matching, which I rarely get. And I don't feel like you're fooling yourself or trying to convince yourself of something. I wonder if there's a bit of underlying anxiety that's just, it's almost like this little voice that keeps coming up. Now that's the negative voice, where ordinarily I feel that you would be quite a positive and rational person, but there's just that little thing that's popping up. So I suppose my advice for you is we need to look at why that's coming up. You know, and obviously anxiety sometimes, it's not that it's not warranted, but it's, where's that coming from, and is that fear I've got, maybe, is that rational? Is there evidence to suggest that I should have that concern, or that thing I'm worried about is actually going to materialise? You know, I just feel like, just look at that a little bit, because whatever reason it's coming up, it's there for a reason. You know, it's not just, well, it's really not for the good of your health. Because what I'm seeing is some really strong and positive energies, some fantastic, you know, manifesting the kind of life that we want, and you've got everything it takes to create that. I do wonder if you shouldn't wait on people to do something for you that you're able to do yourself somehow, or you could maybe instigate. You know, I said waiting on somebody to do something. Do we need to just be a little bit more vocal and say, do you know what, this is what I would like you to do? Perhaps they don't know. So yeah, maybe use that voice. You have confused the life out of me with this one, I have to say. But like I say, it looks alright. I just actually feel like with this month, let's just get to May, because I feel May's going to be absolutely fine. Let's just get there. So ride the waves, actually, is what I'm going to say for April. Like I say, none of it too damaging or lasting. Just ride those waves, because it might be a little bit of a bumpy month. All right, so I will leave that there for you. I hope you can take something from it, and thank you for joining me.